Hey, greetings friends, I'm Glenn Thomas, and tonight we're talking bigger drums. If you're new to the channel, so glad that you're here. I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and join our community. We're talking everything from creativity, music, Ableton, and beyond. And again, tonight we're talking bigger drums. Let's dive in. Inside Ableton now, so what are we doing here? What are we trying to accomplish? So I was jamming out to this groove earlier. Just a nice, relaxed, chilled out feel. Great. Got 707 drums on it. Pretty standard, pretty dry, pretty straightforward. Yep. Just set up with a sequencer. Great. But I wanted them to be a bit bigger. So what did we do to get bigger drums? The first thing I did was I added this gated reverb channel, which I made and walked through in a previous video. So check that out if you haven't. And if you have, and that was a helpful video, let me know in the comments on this video and just say that was helpful. But added in these two channels together sound like this. Yep, taking out the reverb. Dry. Wet. Great. So that's where we got to with just adding reverb, but I wanted it to be flashier still. So what do we add next? I went ahead and added what I call the distortion compressor, which is essentially just adding some harmonics because of the distortion. I'm using FabFilter Saturn, which I love, and I've just got it set to the warm tape setting, and I've got it almost pegged to the max with the drive just by itself. Let's listen to that. Yep, great. So FabFilter Saturn, going into a simple delay, set up in stereo, just split a little bit on the times there. Dry wet's at about almost 50. Feedback's very low. And then here's where some magic starts to happen, is in the EQ, instead of just working in a standard stereo EQ, I'm actually working in a mid-side EQ. So you see here, this is something that a lot of people miss on the standard EQ8 that's built into Ableton, is that it has the ability to do mid-side processing. So you go here to mode, and instead of stereo, you say, I want to do mid-side. Now, mid-side allows you to take the sum and the difference and EQ them differently. So what am I doing? So on the mid, I'm just rolling off very low stuff, 30 and down. On the sides, though, I'm rolling off a lot more. I'm rolling those off to 115-ish, and then 3's not doing anything. 4, we're doing a little bit of a bump at 625, and then a dip at 1.56K, another boost at 7.4. And what this does is it just brings out some of the high frequencies on the side, so it gives it a lot more stereo width. Yeah, so those are the first 3 plugins that I've got. I've got the Saturn saturation here, I've got the simple delay, the EQ, and finally glue compressor. And this is set up fairly fast release, medium attack. And as you can see, I'm getting about 5 dB of compression when that kick drum is hitting. And then I'm making up about 7 dB of gain. So all in all, this makes for a pretty fat sound, pretty beefy. Let's put it all together, see what it sounds like. Yeah, so there we go. That's all 3 drum channels in the mix. Let's take these 2 out. Dry again. Now some of that is just because we're getting more volume out of the drums, but we're getting more volume in a way that is much more stereo, much more stylized, if you will, and it really helps the drums to be a lot bigger sounding. Yeah, so that's really fun. So that's it for this video. Just wanted to show you that. I'm going to put a link to the bigger drums presets in the description below, so be sure to check that out. If this was helpful, I'd love to hear that from you. If it wasn't helpful, I'd love to hear that as well. Throw your comments in the comments section below, and I'll look for you on the next video. If you haven't already subscribed, love for you to do that. Thanks so much for watching.